what did you say earlier? It was like first
hiccup of the trip, our bag split, our bag of beers.
Why are you talking like that? Everybody, listen up. It's your boy, Buttman69. Bag split,
Well, they wouldn't know what's going on, I think.
They do not. So we're here. We're in a hotel. Sean and I have gone to Dragonmeet UK 2022.
Yeah.
And we're here currently, and it's great. That's all. Goodbye. Shut up! Stop laughing. I just drank a 9% beer, so I'm a bit like fucked up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
fucked up, fam.
That's Dragonmeet.
That's Dragonmeet. Yeah, we're in the hotel room. Dragonmeet is tomorrow, but we decided to stay overnight so that we can get up nice and early. We're in the hotel in which Dragonmeet is taking place. We heard anyway. So tomorrow we're going to be playing DCC in the morning, run by Bruce Cunnington, DCC legend. He's more of a legend than legend from Consolvania. Do you know what I mean? Nobody's going to get that reference. If you do, you're pretty great. But yeah, we're playing that, and then we're playing some Call of Duty, and then the booking system was fucked. So in the evening, we're going to try and just sort of better go our way into a game that has spaces.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we can. I hope someone sees our puppy dog guys, lets us in the game.
Please. Please.
Lets us.
Please. Tonight, so we're doing that tomorrow, and hopefully we'll do a bit of shopping. We'll let you know if it was good or if it was whack. I'm bringing the word whack back.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter that I'm not.
Yeah. There might be some gnarly stuff.
Hopefully there's some gnarly stuff, because I'm the type of N-word that likes that type of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Better cut that bit.
I didn't even say it though. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Look, point is that
we're
here. Novotel is the hotel where it takes place, right? Which is in Hammersmith. And we found out a brilliant thing before we came here today. That KFC had opened a pub in Hammersmith called Colonel's Arms, where they would serve chicken and beer and vegan chicken for you.
Yeah, it was very exciting. They got chicken and beer in one place, a pub.
And you can't. That has never been done before.
Draft.
They've got chicken on draft. Comes out of a tap.
Sadly, we missed it by one day.
Yeah, it turns out that it was all for internet clout. KFC, they posted online and loads of news sources. The first ever KFC pub has opened in London. Turns out it was only a pop-up. The pub, whatever was there before, had shut down. KFC leapt in for a couple of days to get some internet clout, and now it's shut down and it's becoming an actual pub.
And there were sort of groups of normies going around I've seen it on TikTok, bruv.
Yeah, it was literally like, there was like 6 of us gathered outside, like, Sat Nav says it's here, and there was a guy that was like, well, I was like, oh yeah, it was supposed to be here, but it's not. There was a bloke that lived there locally, and he was just like, no, we came here the other day, it looks like it's shut down. And one bloke was like, he was standing there, and he was in disbelief. He was like, a guy that lives there told him that it wasn't there anymore. We had said that it's not showing up on the Sat Nav anymore, and then he was just like, but it's called Colonel's Arms, why not say that? And he was like so angry. I'm like, because it's changing into something else, mate. They're not going to keep the sign.
Just get over it, man.
But it says Colonel's Arms.
Yeah, why is he so angry? It's like
deep. I mean, he was really angry.
Quite sad.
And he wouldn't believe us when, like, there was a guy that lives 5 minutes down the road, and he was saying, look, no, it was here. I seen it on TikTok, but it's not here anymore. And the bloke was just like, but that's not it. It's a Colonel's Arms. So long story short, it was a pop-up, and that was disappointing. Then we had to reside to going to the fucking station for a meal, the train station. McDonald's just packed, obviously, Friday night. One pub in there, that was fucking packed, full of people wearing 3/4 length coats.
We got like really nice burger.
Yeah, we went to Leon, which is a nice place to be fair, but they didn't even have any fries. Friday night, they've all gone.
They didn't, but that one burger filled me up.
It was a good burger. Yeah, I mean, that's, on this show we do review food every so often. Can I give a shout out to a little known company called Krispy Kreme?
Yeah, we got a Biscoff Krispy Kreme each as well.
I mean, those guys, I think they're going places.
I think so. I reckon, like, if you're going to Dragonmeet,
get yourself a Krispy. The best idea, go to Tesco, get yourself a beer and go back to your hotel room. If you don't have a hotel room, some lovely streets.
But I think if you're actually going there, maybe go to Tesco Express, get like a meal deal.
Can I just give a shout out to these indie company, Tesco Express? They're doing good work.
Yeah, there's like get yourself a Krispy Kreme as well. I don't know, like what kind.
Also, not to dab on the the poor people and the plebs out there, but we've just gone back to the hotel room. We've got Steam Deck set up because Sean, he's got loads of money now, haven't you?
Well, not really.
No, but you're a care worker. You make loads of. He's making shitloads of cash exploiting disabled people. Can we put it that way?
No, not. I mean, I wouldn't put it that way because I don't make lots of money and I don't.
Well, have you got a Steam Deck then?
I saved up for quite a few months.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, if you do come to Hammersmith, KFC restaurant doesn't exist. There's one bloke who's very angry about it. I reckon he's still there.
Come meet us at... Well, actually, people hear it after.
Yeah, they're going to hear it after the fact. But if you somehow...
in the future...
do manage to figure out a way to time travel...
then
we'll be there.
Yeah, meet.
Bye. Okay, so we're back.
We're back in town.
Would you say we're back once again with the Renegade Masters? Or
yeah, I'd
D4
say...
Damager?
But
one of D12.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Damager,
D12
I'd say. Like that, because we're living...
Shut up.
You
right,
know,
so shut up. No, shut up. Stop talking.
You got to,
Stop talking. So we've played our first game of the con.
We played it. It was DCC, and who was running it?
Bruce Cuddington was running it.
Yeah.
DCC legend. Guest host on Spellburn podcast. Cool guy. We ran DC... Well, we didn't run it. He ran it. But we played DCC Lankmar. And we played an adventure called Mercy on the Day of the Eel. And it was fucking great. Basically, the adventure was that we... In Lankmar, you've only got 3 classes, right? So we had 2 wizards, 2 warriors, 2 thieves. And we get hired by the Thieves Guild. We're not hired, but we fucked off the Thieves Guild for some reason. And they want us to go and do this weird thing. So there's this behemoth head that's being used as part of a ceremony, and the Thieves Guild can't be seen to be stealing it because for reasons, right? So we then have to go nick it, bring it to this warehouse, silk warehouse in the middle of the city, whereupon 2 of the Thieves Guild guys are going to do something with the behemoth head. We don't know what it is, and then we have to transport it back to the party without getting seen. What happens is we get the head, and we turn up at a place where we're supposed to meet these guys called like Snot and Frump or something like this. We get the head there, in this box that we've nicked it from this place, expertly, I might add, although you were stuck in a chimney for about 10 minutes. And then, the guys, but we turn up, Snot and Thunch, and nowhere to be seen. There's this wizard in there. He's got 2 cronies. We start fighting, and it turns out he's like, hang on a minute. Midway through the fight, he's like, hang on a minute. Do you know what is in that fucking case? And we're like, no, we don't. And so he goes, right, open it, have a look. We open it, we have a look. There's a scroll inside. It's this beautifully drawn map. And then we get actually sucked off right into the map world, where everything is like a really... Well, in some cases a beautiful illustration, some cases not, but we're in this sort of like painting world, right?
Yeah, everything's 2D, we can't see it from certain perspectives, all of this stuff's going on, and then there's a void slowly tearing this world apart.
Which was the fault of actually, basically when we get there, we're like, oh, what can we do to get out? One character jumps up, just jumps, does nothing. Another character takes his sword, slices the floor, and it cuts open like you would cut a piece of cloth, right? And this void is like rapidly expanding and it's going to swallow us whole. So we realise that we see this castle in the distance and we have to get out. So we're going to travel there, see if that is the key to all of this. We fought some badly drawn snakes, which are essentially just lions. We fought some lions, which was pretty funny. Then when we get there, there's these old Lankmar gods, but like illustrations of them, and they're attacking with like spells that are just like nonsensical scribbles, which was fucking cool. Anyway, so long story short, we find this real, actual coffer, like a chest there, right? And it's like, it's not the drawing. Like somebody's obviously put it into this world, thinking that, you know, this map that takes you to another world will be a good vault to store treasure in. It's essentially a bag of holding, right? we get in there and there's this scroll and it's the one way to get out and there's a bunch of gold. So we stuff, as the void is like chasing us, we stuff as much gold as we can into our pockets, use the scroll and jump back out. At this point, my character's been established as a bit of a coward, so he's like, no, too heavy for me, don't like all this shit, I'm gonna go on the run. And that was basically the end of the adventure, wasn't it? We didn't actually go around and see what everyone else was doing, but we ran out of time.
Yeah, we did run out of time, but we solved it. But there was more to come. It was the first part of a bigger adventure, but it was...
Well, the only thing we didn't do was return the head back where it was supposed to be returned. And he basically said, do you guys want to play ball with the Thieves Guild, or do you want to take this and you make money off it?
I think
of course, everyone said they wanted to take the scroll and use it to make money off.
I think it's a good idea to end it that way. There's no need to sort of roll for the travelling back and all of that, really, to be honest.
It was pretty great, and nobody at the table, except for Sean and I, had ever played DCC before. So they were loving it. You know, we had some pretty good crits, because in DCC you roll a crit, then you roll on the crit table, right, for your class and level. And we had some pretty good ones, because like a guy rolled 2 crits in a row, for example.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was fucking amazing. So he got like, the first crit is that he smashed the guy to his knees and then had a free attack. Got crit on the second attack and then added 3d4 to the attack as well. And it was on one of these lion snakes. You killed the last lion snake. Did you kill the... There was also this weird hedgehog thing with a man's head.
Yeah, we all set fire to that. It was weak against fire. But then the last boss, I ended up doing the coup de grace on the last boss. It was quite cool.
It was like 13 illustrations of gods that were like 2-dimensional, basically.
Yeah.
Like a sprite from like a Duke Nukem game. It just, wherever we went, it would follow us like you know how they did trees in 2.5D games, a bit like that. Yeah, it was great. And Bruce Cunnington is like obviously a very, very good DCC GM. And I heard him on Spellburn podcast, and he obviously seemed like a very clever bloke. He was very good. But we did during the game. You know, we did eat our lunch. We did have a couple of snacks, a couple of beers. I don't think we got rowdy at all. We didn't even change anything.
No.
At the end, I felt like he was a bit annoyed at me. But I am going to send this to him. So Bruce, if I did annoy you, I'm really sorry.
I don't think
it might just be me being paranoid, because I've recently stopped taking my anti-anxiety medication.
I just think he wanted some lunch and a bit of coffee, to be honest. That was...
Yeah.
Like, it was...
I really hope it wasn't something I'd done.
No, I don't think it was, because he was saying we all played very smart compared to like other people that have played and stuff.
Yeah, because he said that sometimes he has to railroad people into these adventures a little bit, because DCC adventures, they're all galaxy brain shit, you know what I mean? You have to be a clever bloke to... You have to think laterally.
Definitely.
And we definitely did. Like, we did really fucking great. And at one point, I used the ventriloquist spell, and I could use the voice of the gods we were fighting. And behind them, just said "fuck you" to try and distract them,
confuse them.
Yeah, it was great, man.
Yeah,
it was really great.
Good move.
Yeah, great players. I think he GM'd it really well. It was the first time us playing DCC Lankmar specifically. Did you like it? Was it nice?
It was really good. It was a solid game. The extra rules they've added from DCC have a really good feel, like the fleeting luck, where you can get luck for like a daring act or like stuff like that, for example.
And he had 3D printed luck tokens for us with DCC artwork and font on it, which was pretty cool.
And Dragonmeet on the other side as well. So
really cool. Yeah, and you let us keep one. So really good. And obviously we had the new healing rolls from Lankmar as well. And the setting, every time I play it, I'm just like, I fall in love with it again. It's just so good, man. There's nothing like it. And DCC Lankmar is a bit of a different feel to Savage Worlds Lankmar or D&D 2nd edition Lankmar. It's a bit more, they do lean into the magic a little bit more. I mean, it's still low magic, but it's like, there are a bit more fantastical things that go on in DCC Lankmar.
Definitely.
But, you know, fucking Lankmar or the Fritz Leiber novels are really varied in what's in them anyway. I mean, they range from really stupid to really serious to really gonzo to really grounded. Do you know what I mean? And so DCC is more embracing the whole thing rather than a single feeling.
Because normal stuff could happen, but we just went outside of that. We just stumbled into something. Like, usually this isn't our forte, it seems.
It was pretty funny, though, early on in the game. There was a point where we were trying to sneak into this brothel to steal this behemoth's head, right, while it was being delivered. It turns out one pretty good roll from one of the warriors who had a good personality score. He rolls in, he's like... he basically just says, oh, yeah, I'm from a delivery company. I think we fucked up. We sent you the wrong package. he rolls a 17, of course. Then the GM's like, well, okay, yeah, it pays off. And the boss, instead of like attacking us or whatever, he's like, you idiot! Like you better get it sorted by 3:00 this afternoon. That's when the party's happening. And we're like, okay, we'll take it off your hands. And Sean and I had already said that we were going to pretend to be the band because we could hear some chatter coming from the other rooms, and one of us was like, when's the band arriving?
Yeah, I was really...
But while this conversation was going on, while it was happening, while the guy was just like, look, I'm really sorry, we fucked up the delivery, all of this. I kept going on, you call this a venue? And I said it maybe 3 times and got completely ignored.
Yeah, and because I really wanted to like comically, because I was stuck in a chimney, I really wanted to like comically fall down the chimney, and then they're like, who are you? And then I'm like, I'm in the band.
Yeah, it was good. Also, for some reason, we got this meme amongst our group, because there's a goblin in Sean's game called Snurch, and we keep snaying it for no reason. And Sean called his character Snurch, so it's just nice hearing somebody else who kept going, Snurch, what you doing? Yeah. He's not even northern. Is he northern?
Nah, well, maybe.
I don't know. If he is,
shout
sorry,
out.
Sorry about that. But if he's not, respect.
God bless.
Racism.
But yeah, no.
Anyway, shut up.
The only problem with the game was...
it was too fun.
No, it was really good, but there was no bins, so there was sort of
we had to use Sean's bag as a rubbish bin.
So 9 out of 10, I reckon.
I don't think the bin situation is Bruce's fault, though, is it?
No, I suppose.
So 10 out of 10. Probably, we're actually a little bit worried for the afternoon game because that morning one was so good. Like, it was just, he had everything. It was perfect, right? Yeah. And now we're moving on. We're playing some Call of Cthulhu in the afternoon. I'm a bit worried that we're going to have some sort of shithead. So we have made... Like not to go in there with expectations. Like, we shouldn't do that. But at the end of the day, you can't top that morning game. You just can't. So we have a contingency plan. If it is really bad, we'll wait for a break and we'll just go back to a hotel room and play Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Shopping was good.
It was good. I mean, the only thing is, I went in looking for specific things. There was a lot I felt like I could buy. But I just didn't... what I wanted to get was some flat plastic minis for Mutant Crawl Classics game that I'm running, right? Didn't find any, sadly. Did find Cyborg, the sequel to Morkborg, bought it off All Rolled Up. Looks fucking great. Like, I was just looking at the artwork during the break and it was so nice. But yeah, they had All Rolled Up. They had some really amazing dice towers. And like, there's this like current trend, right? What's the time? But do we need to get going? Oh, fuck, Oh, no. Hang on. Hold on.
Yeah, no. Probably need to.
What's the time?
22.
All right, yeah, we've got to get going. We'll give you the rest of the update on the shopping later. But, I was just going to say, there's like this really annoying trend of people that have, laser cutting wood machines. And then they make these really cheap wooden products that are like really crap. But we saw some like handcrafted dice towers and stuff that are really nice. But then there's like all these other ones. But yeah. It was good. We'll tell you the rest about it later, but we got to go and play Call of Cthulhu. Possibly a good game. Who knows?
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Fingers crossed. What's the name of the game? Do you know?
No, I don't actually, no.
Sean keeps walking away because he wants to get going. We're not going to be late. Don't worry. He's going to the toilet. Well, that's good. That's good podcasting, Sean. Just walk away whenever you feel like it. He's literally just gone. See you in a bit, listeners. Why are you sitting so close to me, man?
I thought we were recording,
Yeah, we're recording. Yeah, you're uncomfortably close to me, man. That's weird. Don't sit like that. Don't go over there. Don't do that.
Yeah, so...
that's better, actually.
Yeah, we just played our second game.
I remember earlier on, though, I did say I was going to come back to him about the shopping. I can't remember what I was going to say that was so important, and I'm sure it wasn't. But the shopping was good.
Yeah, the shopping was
great
good.
Stuff. It was all the usuals. You had leisure games. You had All Rolled Up. You had...
Yeah, but they've brought in a few new nice things. Like everyone's There's a
lot of Morkborg shit as well. Like people really cashing in on that a bit too late.
There was Bring and Buy as well.
That was shit. Yeah. No, I mean it's cool, but like there was nothing good there.
Not at the time, but the shopping was good. It was good. We got a few things.
We had some lunch though as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we had some lunch.
Ham and cheese sandwich from Tesco.
Yeah,
Give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it was alright.
Good sandwich. Well, you had a bean sandwich.
No, I had a bean.
You had one bean. Sean had a bean. Yeah, so that was good. But yeah, and in the afternoon we played some Call of Cthulhu. Now, we sat down, right? And then there was this like fucking old guy with loads of sort of weird skin conditions. And I was really like various exotic diseases. And I was really, no, but seriously though. And I was a bit worried. I was like, I genuinely cannot look at him. Like, no, I'm not being a dick. Right, I'm sorry.
No, I do know.
I feel sorry for him, but
I was sort of
I definitely sound like...
I know what you mean.
Like, it was not...
Yeah, we got to cut it out.
But we sat down and he had these weird character sheets, very strange drawings on them. I mean,
he said he stuck to 4th edition.
4th edition Call of Cthulhu.
Rigidly.
He said that he just loves killing players, and the last time he ran this adventure ended in a TPK.
It was a bit worrying.
It was weird, and like it sounded like it was going to be a bit naff, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Anyway, so then a couple more, but I literally walked into the room and went, Call of Cthulhu, and he was like, yeah, and I'm like, I think I'm playing in your game, and then he was like, yeah, whatever noise he makes, whatever noise his species makes, you know, and then the thing is, right,
yeah, but no.
Look, let's stop focusing on that. But the point is that I thought that he was our game, right? Because I thought, well, there's not going to be more than one in this room. There's like hundreds of rooms in this fucking hotel. And I sat down, and then somebody came along, and it turns out that we were in the wrong Call of Cthulhu game. There was one just a table over, right?
Yeah, Family Feud.
And the guy, he seemed a lot nicer. We sat down with another player that wasn't a child, because it was all children in the other one that we were playing. And we ended up with a group of 6 full players. GM. It was a Family Feud. It was called, and it was all about.
Yeah, and everyone had played Cthulhu before.
They knew what they knew what they were doing. One guy was rolling. He instead of 2 D10s for the percent, I was rolling D20s. Didn't like that.
Yeah,
I
couldn't really.
Don't like that spliffy.
I couldn't really correct him or anything though, innit?
What he was doing is he was halving it.
Yeah.
Both. So I don't like that one bit.
Yeah.
Come on, he's a gamer. How has he ended up with no D10s? I've got more D10s than I want to have.
It was quite early on in the game. I wanted to tell him, but then it got too late, you know.
No, I tried to fight him during the break, but he was really hard. So
yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was called a Family Feud, and I'll just spoil it because there's no point in not spoiling it. But essentially, it was all about mob bosses. We had our sheets, and I was the boss's son. I was the eldest son. I was supposed to inherit the business. We had his current wife, my sister. You were a bent cop that was on the team. We had our lawyer, and we had our enforcer as well. And the whole thing was all about it was set during the 1920s, and some of our illegally made booze had been stolen, and we had to track it down. Now, the big twist was there was deep ones, right? It was a literal gang of deep ones. The father of which was trying to summon loads of them back, right?
Yeah, he was. And some other mob gang were kind of in league with the fishmen. And
and what happened was instead of counting down sanity, at it being a point where you die, every time you got 5 sanity, the guy would take you out on and said, right, that means that's a permanent insanity. Because it's a con game, what that means is you get run really big insanity every 5 points, right?
Yeah.
And the last half of the game, because he took us out of the table and told us all in secret what it was, we didn't know what was going on. So as the game sort of creeped up, it got weirder and weirder, as none of us knew what the other person was doing. One guy suddenly became obsessed with the sea and went on a killing spree in a kitchen. I thought that everything was a Broadway play that was put on by my dad, and that all I had to do was perform well to help me cope with the madness.
I was in trouble with the police. I also ended up being afraid of the dark and being alone. So, yeah. Yeah,
and so basically the whole thing, it was very twisty and turny with us investigating around the city and stuff like this. The guy that was supposed to be in charge of the warehouse when he got robbed, he went insane and bathed up more water than should be in him, like seawater. Seaweed was coming out of him. Yeah. My character finally started believing things. But it all came to a head when we figured out the location of the Deep One mansion.
Yeah.
And that's where all of our insanity started to really get to a head. Sean was in trouble with the police. He dives out of window, tries to swim away. That's when the sort of brood mother of all the Deep Ones had come alive, and this 80-foot fucking thing comes out of the sea.
Grabbed me and ate me.
Just grabbed and ate him. I, up to this point, believed everything was a Broadway show and was trying to do a musical number to end the whole thing. Like I started singing that. It's beginning to look a lot like Fishmen.
Yeah, as the police were firing at this huge thing.
Yeah, they were firing at this huge thing, screaming. My sister starts grabbing me by the neck, and suddenly I take an attack from a Deep One and realise that this is real. But then as we get outside, I see all the police like looking at this fucking thing. I clearly, I think this was a good move of me to do, right? Because it put me in danger. But clearly, if everyone's pointing at something and they're shooting at it, I'm going to look.
Yeah.
Anyone would do that, right?
Yeah, they would, yeah.
So I look up. Obviously, I take like 10 fucking sanity points at that point. And once again, my instinct for this is a Broadway play kicks in. I go mental. I've taken all my clothes off, put my boxers on my head, and I'm dancing on a police car as everyone's dying, getting eaten by this thing, and I'm just singing, it's beginning to look a lot like Fishmen. Yeah, my sister's like firing at this thing, fucking Sean swims, he gets eaten, another bloke, who actually turns out he was actually a Deep One, is returning back to his kind, and it was great. Great. The only thing was, there was a bloke playing Tallulah, our dad's current wife.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And I don't know what happened to him. At a certain point, he went mad and just started trying to steal stuff. I think he got the kleptomania thing, right? The insanity thing.
Did he?
And he just... there was a point where he just ceased to give a fuck about anything except for trying to steal from this mansion. But I can't remember if he died or not. But anyway, it was great. It was like such an epic, cool ending scene to this thing. Meanwhile, we look over at the other table with that... what do you call? What's it like the
PC term?
What's the PC term like? Person. No, that's awful. No, definitely bleeping that. Yeah, we look over at the table with the other people. The game we were supposed to hit.
The other Call of Cthulhu game. Yeah.
Right, and that had a more catchy name. Our one was a family feud, right? And we had all these secrets written on the back of our character sheets, and it meant mob family, right?
Yeah.
But we knew shit about each other. We had opinions about each other.
It was definitely a game he'd made for a con, innit?
Yeah, whereas the other guy, it was all children playing, because he'd called it Dark Carnival, right? Which is...
Yeah, big mistake.
Big mistake. It was all children. And I looked over at one point, and he was looking for his notes, and everyone looked so bored. Whereas we were all engaged.
Yeah.
We even saw one of the other players down at the bar during the break, and we're talking about the game. And whenever the guy took somebody out to have a chat about how they're going insane, we continued talking about the game. We even played out scenes with each other while he wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was that fucking good. And we thought that nothing was going to top the DCC game, and I think it was on par.
Yeah, it was.
It was a perfect, classic Call of Cthulhu game with gangsters. And then the perfect DCC game in the morning. I mean, it couldn't have been better.
Yeah, I agree.
One thing we did realise, though, is that now with Dragonmeet, I guess to get people to clear out earlier, they don't do evening games anymore. There's some unofficial ones that happen.
I think that's it, but it's weird that the tickets say 11:55 p.m. and
that's the official chucking out time. But then the actual games don't go on. They don't have evening games anymore.
Yeah, then they close the shop.
I think because it's a day long. Yeah, they close the shops about 6. It's because it's a day long convention, right? People have to get home.
Yeah,
running it till midnight is unreasonable. Yeah. It is because most people don't stay overnight.
But yeah, a lot of people have to get home. I don't know what we did last time, but we probably had to scramble.
Last time I came here, I came with Nick. And we did go after the afternoon game, even though there was an evening game, because we were so drunk.
Oh, yeah.
That's the trouble. You have them drunk blokes podcast playing your game, and then suddenly they were giving us honey Jack Daniels, and that stuff, it goes down too easy.
Yeah, it does.
It's not even a good sipping whiskey. It's a good chugging whiskey. You know what I mean? We were fucked up.
Yeah.
But it was great, man. And I got recognised down in the bar last night. That was nice. A couple that listens, if you're listening. You know, shout out to you. Forget your names.
Lovely people.
Lovely people. Just so I know that I know that they know I'm talking about them.
And then
I just want to say they're very short. Probably gnomes.
And then Dan Irwin recognised us.
Don't worry about Dan Irwin. That guy is scum. Essex scum.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
We can, yeah. Yeah, we can. I mean,
the thing is, I'm not that drunk, right? But we have been drinking pretty solidly throughout the day.
Yeah, we have.
We got some funny looks when at 10 a.m. crawled around and we started opening the old San Miguel's.
Yeah.
But, I've maintained quite a nice buzz throughout the day.
Yeah, same.
But I'm not turbo drunk.
No.
However, I have said some pretty offensive stuff. And I just want to apologise, because Sean actually wrote that down beforehand. He said, say this. He thought it was really funny.
Yeah, good con though.
Yeah, great con. As nice usual, people, to be honest. Like,
nice, warm,
and do you know what? Like, we always used to do the thing where we would try and get press passes, but because we kind of wanted to skip the queue in the morning, do a podcast about it, have a nice early look around all the shops, all of this stuff. But really not necessary. They were booking people in really fast. They had people going down the queue, booking everyone in. Not necessary. And also, if you do sign up for the podcast thing, they do disallow you from drinking. And we did ignore that before, which is why we didn't apply for it this time. Because it was likely we would not get it.
You can't get it. I mean, you can't really... Just
but it's ridiculous. It all goes back to them drunk blokes. Yeah. And Sean put it, I think, the best way possible, right? What happened was, we've spoken about this before, but if you don't know this, about... I don't know, before pandemic, right?
It was 2019, Dragonmeet 2019.
Dragonmeet 2019, right? And they invite all the podcasts on to go and do their shit and all of this. It was really nice. And somebody's doing a speech, them drunk blokes comes on. And he's got no trousers on. He's got no boxers on. That is technically a sex crime.
Yeah.
But Sean put it the best way where he said... You invited them drunk blokes. What do you think's going to happen? Right?
Exactly.
That's your fault. And I don't think we should be punished for somebody else's... I'm not getting my penis out. They are. They're sex... And I think they won't mind me saying this. They're sex criminals. That's what they do for fun.
That's literally...
Hey, but I'm not going to judge them.
That's literally a sex crime, yes. And also... Well, the thing is, right... You get these guys...
The thing is, a penis is basically beautiful when you think about it. That's nature.
It is. But, it's like... Also, you didn't...
But it's wrong nature.
You were like, all right, let's have a look at, why not listen to a little bit of their podcast and then...
Yeah, maybe do a bit of a check. Because you listen to that and it's filth. It's filth. Thing is, though, I've met Shogun from that podcast and he seems really hard.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does. Seriously, he's really massive.
Is he?
Yeah, he seems like he could kill a man. So basically, all this stuff I've said up until this point is a joke, and I'm sorry.
Shogun Pumbo.
Yeah, he's like hard as fuck, man. You should see him. He could take your head off.
Doesn't he listen to this podcast?
Right, I'll delete all of this. Basically, this whole bit isn't getting used, so we've got about 10 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
Good podcast, them drunk blokes, and a good con. Definitely come back next year. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I definitely will. I'll be here.
Novotel Hotel. Some of the people that work here, English not their first language. Hey, I don't mind. I'm not a racist.
Apparently, there is a rumour that they are moving...
Oh, yeah?
Moving the con.
To the Excel Centre.
Excel, yeah.
Where's that? Kensington, Olympia. No, that's a different place.
Yeah.
Where's the Excel Centre?
It's the station called Excel. Remember?
Is that where we went to Eurogamer?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
They're moving to there?
Well, they're thinking about it.
Are they joking?
They're considering options.
This con fill about a quarter of that. I mean, it's a great con, but it's a small con, isn't it?
To be fair,
smallish.
Even Comic Con didn't feel that. When we went to Comic Con in 2016.
Lot of Dead Space.
Yeah.
Lot of Dead Space. And that happened to also be the year that Dead Space was released?
Yeah. Yeah, the last one, yeah. It's quite a soulless building. Actually,
what is this? What have we got into now? The architecture of the place, it was quite good. Designed by the great Grovrovsky, of course, one of the great architects.
I
think we've run out of material, man.
But people keep us posted on what they're thinking next year. Well, we'll see you next year.
Why don't you just go? Why don't you Google it? What you're asking the listeners?
No, because it's not really fact. It's not like it's like. They haven't decided yet, so it's not going to be...
Yeah.
But they're considering moving and that. But I think we have run out of...
Keep us posted. I mean, this is definitely... We're just hanging on here. Sort of waiting for a good punchline to end on,
Yeah, Dragonmeet. See you next year.
Dragonmeet. Hopefully we'll Dragonmeet you next year.
Oh.
Okay, bye. Sorry about this one.